half Turkish getup. Okay, half Turkish getup. So some of you may be familiar with the Turkish getup. It's a kettlebell exercise. We're going to do a half version of that where we're focused on our hips, okay? So we're going to start the same way you would a Turkish getup. I'm laying on the ground, okay? My feet, I got my knees bent, okay? So I'm going to bring one hand up. This would be the arm that's holding a kettlebell. And you can use a kettlebell or a dumbbell to do this if you feel you're at that level at this point, okay? If not, you could just use your hand. You can make a fist. You can keep your hand open. Do whatever makes you comfortable, okay? My goal is to watch my hand, okay? And make sure that my arm stays perfectly straight. Because if I'm doing this with a kettlebell or a dumbbell, I need to make sure that my shoulder is not flexing because that's going to put stress on my shoulder joint, right? So I want to make sure it's at its strongest point all the time. So I'm focusing on my hand. From here, I'm going to start to roll up. First, I'm going to my elbow, then I'm going to my hand. From this position now, I'm just going to press my hips up. As I press up, now I'm going to drive my hips forward for 5 seconds. Then I'm going to reverse it and come back down. Okay? So I'm starting off and my knees are bent, feet are flat on the floor. My arm is straight up. My gaze is at my hand. Elbow, pressing up to my hand. I'm driving. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lowering my hip, still gazing at my hand, dropping my elbow, and returning to my flat position. So for a different angle, I was just about to cast the kettlebell that I don't even really have. Did you see that? Anyway. Closing my fist, my arm is straight up, my knees are bent. My gaze is on my hand to make sure that my arm stays perfectly straight. Rolling up onto my elbow. Pushing up onto my hand, keeping that arm straight. Driving my hips up. When I get to the top, press it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sit down. Roll back down to my elbow, roll to my shoulder, flatten out, back to my start position. That's my half Turkish get up.